I'll turn the mic on. And then we'll... Oh, no, we can't. Do, 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 do. Let's do this. Hello. 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 How are you all tonight? I'm looking up a gel mug for David. Oh, so much crap. Wow, what's going on? Crap, I'm not finding anything good. Hello. John, Michael, Kevin, Zen, Shawnee, Destiny, Skip, Susie G. I'm actually feeling chills. It must be the beer. Uno momento. I'm trying to find a gel mug here to recommend. And I'm 4 pages in now. Here we go. I found one I'd like. Here's what I'd like is if anybody wants to buy me this one. Is that right? That's a Guinness. That's the Guinness gel mug. But David, hi Marcus. Hi Daniel and Lucia. David, essentially you're looking for any gel mug that's got a sports team name on it or a university team name on it. All these ones that just has like red or blue on them. You don't want any of those. Oh, come on. Really? I only saw like 2. And they're stupid expensive. No, I'm not. Wow, that's it. That really is it. 7 pages of crap. So possibly this Batman one? I don't know. There's a Toronto Maple Leaf one here. I can't say for certain on this one because the whole cup is blue. Like I haven't seen them like that. Usually they're just like clear and they've got the sports team name on it. But there's the Toronto Maple Leaf one. That kind of makes sense. Then there's a Pabst Blue Ribbon one. That's 1952 and $18.99 for shipping. That's stupid. And then there's a New England Patriots mug, but there's no. You can't. It's I don't know. It's not listed any. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, here it is. I found it. Oh, the freezer mug. All right. So, freezer mug. All right. We'll look for a freezer mug. I'm going to find one. Oh, yeah, there's lots of them. Okay, I see Dallas Cowboys for $22. There's a Montreal Canadiens. There's interesting colors on these ones. Yeah, so look at freezer mug, David. There's Chicago Blackhawks, Ottawa Senators. But the Dallas Cowboys is the one I have. I'm sure I picked it up for $14, but $22. I mean, if you're desperate, I don't see any cheaper than $22 on here. And those are with Prime, so you can just. There's no shipping. Homegirl Roxy. Hello, Angie. Did I say hi to Angie? I may have. Bugs. Kristen Grounds. Dave, Tiny NH House. We don't see you that often anymore, buddy. How is everybody doing? Who wants to join me on screen? I'm going to put this on the Discord. So anybody who's on the Discord can join in live. Roxy, I've seen them for sale at the dollar store. In the US, Roxy? If you've seen the plain ones that just... I'll show you an example of a plain one that you don't want. Yeah, so this... Oops. Yeah, like, if you see plain ones, don't buy plain ones like these because they're inferior. Richard Young, welcome. I mean, 4 for $44.96. What the heck? Why does it say import fees? Okay. Anyway, you don't want those. Like that Dallas Cowboys one that I linked, that's the exact one I have. As soon as I clicked on it, it came up and said, "You've bought this one 2 times before." 2 times before? Purchased 2 times. Oh yeah, I think I dropped one outside. I was making a special feature for Booxefest, and I was slid on ice and I was falling, and the only way to fix my twisting turning equilibrium was to whip the cup at the ground as hard as I could. I'm sure it made sense to a physics engineer. That would make sense, but it was the only way not to hurt myself really badly. Anyway, good to see you all tonight. You're all looking lovely. Your usernames are all looking very, very lovely. And now I'm gonna scold all the people who haven't put pictures in for their thumbnails, like Richard Young and Homegirl Roxy, and that's pretty much it. Susie G. Come on, put in pictures for your thumbnails. Oh no, David, save your money, David. Don't do it, David. Save your money. Oh no, David. That was me repeating myself. Yeah, I have a reason for doing this tonight. I may share it at some point. Sadio's going to be here tomorrow, and we might Booxefest tomorrow. It really depends on the network. Let's check it right now. Boom. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen. I don't know why. Charles W. is here. The broken mug was on in Rum on the Rocks. Oh yeah. But I didn't break it when I was filming Rum on the Rocks. I just used it during Rum on the Rocks. I was filming something else, and I was coming around the corner of the deck and slid and wham. I don't even think it was that day. I think I scooped it all up and put it in a bag because I didn't know what to do with it. And then when I was doing Rum on the Rocks, I thought, oh yeah, I can use that. But yes, you saw it on Rum on the Rocks. Sharon Q, welcome. You don't want to see this face, trust me. I feel the same way about my face too, but whatever. City Girl Friday. Let's hope there's a Booxefest. I have no way to tell with this software if there are any dropped frames. Is the video look fine? Is it nice and smooth? Are you experiencing any buffering? Am I freezing at all? Burnt Skin is looking for tunes. I wish there was a way StreamYard could do that. I wish there was a way to say, okay, I want to play this music. Here's the source. Throw that in there so we can all hear it. But there is not. I mean, I could play music, but every time somebody... Waiting for somebody else to join me here on screen. But anyway, if somebody else talked, then the music would drop down really low. David says, video looks great. You're very handsome. Thanks, David. Video looks crystal clear. Well, whatever's going on outside, there's like zero wind right now. So even when I look at my connection numbers, they're not really even changing. They're very steady. So if it's fine, it's fine. I think if I get somebody else on screen, then it's just that much less that has to get uploaded. Natasha, welcome. Please share the link again to join. I put it in Discord. David. Angie says, I'm under covers in bed early again. With the window open? I like getting into a bed and having the window open and having a cool breeze come in. I feel stupid just sitting here with no music and trying to think of something to say. I don't think I'd be a very good radio announcer or a radio DJ, I guess you might call it. Willow's outside. Junebug's here because people always ask about the dogs. Junebug's beside me on the chair, curled up in a little ball. Willow's outside. She's probably lying on the deck. Sean patrol. Patrol? Guard duty? Carol Long. Welcome, Carol. Good to see you. Kristen says, no window open here. It was 105 Fahrenheit today, but temps are going to be under 100 starting tomorrow. Still pretty hot down there. Destiny says, so why live tonight? Well, because I don't want to drink alone. Which is only half. It's only half the story. Maybe I'll talk about it later. There's nothing sinister. There's nothing weird going on. It's just I want to be able to sleep tonight, essentially. I signed an agreement to purchase beachfront property in the Philippines yesterday. I already had it surveyed. Way to go, Charles. Beachfront property. What does beachfront property go for in the Philippines? I bet that's really nice. I heard that the Philippines, I mean, we've probably talked about this before, but the wages are really tiny. Like, people are working and hardly making any money, but the cost of living there is really, really high, like higher than it is here. But the average wage is, I don't know what it is. It's $250 a month or something like that. It's ridiculous. And then they're paying like $50 for a big bag of rice. I don't know, it's something weird like that. It's crazy. James Weatherby, welcome. Destiny, yeah, everything's okay. Allie said, you're not alone anymore. Every now and then, people ask me, do you get lonely out there? I'm like, no. Anytime I want, I can be with my internet friends, meaning you guys. I could start up a live stream, or I could. Now we have the Discord chat thing. We can chat on. No, I've never. And I got the dogs too. Yeah. Shawnee wants to hear that song, I Drink Alone. It's ringing a bell. I missed the Roadhammer song. It is a good song. I'm going to start playing music soon if nobody's going to join me here. How's your bathroom project coming on? Jay Neal. Hi, Jay. I was working on it today, and you'll see it in the video. I didn't get a whole lot of stuff done. There's David. I didn't get a whole lot of stuff done. How's your bathroom? It was just Jay Neal. Hi, Jay. David, pause your YouTube video that you were watching. And that won't happen. Give me a thumbs up when you've done it. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I was saying. Yep. So I was saying I was working on the bathroom project today, but like everything was going wrong. Like, yeah, you ever work on those projects, David, when like everything's going wrong and you're just like, why do I even exist?
That's my life story, Russell. That happens to me all the time.
I think it's my life story too.
Where's Marcus? Marcus, come on, buddy, join the live stream.
Like I put up, you know what? For my bathroom, I put up 5 boards today, and 2 of them had to come back down again. And when you nail a board to your framing and you're trying to get it off again, it's just like bam, 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 smash, crash, boom.
Well, I hear you. I told you I'm helping my friend frame a house, build his house, and we're using these pneumatic nailers. And I tell you, when they go in, right? So today we had to take apart a wall. Like, good luck. It's impossible. Oh, yeah.
Well, you know, a whole wall, that would be like really shitty. But I did doing the framing for this place. There were several times when I put something together and I was low on wood too. So I was like, I have to take this apart. Like what do you call is it a header over top of a window? I forget what it's called. Is it a header?
The lintel.
No. Lintel. Parting the framing. Well, I guess you'd call it lintel. Anyway.
The lintel. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like 3 pieces of 2x6 together, and I think I was using plywood to make the spacing right. And I did it wrong, and I was like, I still need this wood though. So I was like, trying to drive a wedge between them. They take them apart.
Yeah. So we essentially did the same thing. We were framing a window, and we got the height of the window wrong, the opening. We forgot the rough opening. We did the final window opening.
Oh.
So we forgot the inch above and the inch above and the inch below.
Yeah.
And so we totally screwed up.
That's so easy to do too, because you do measurements, and then you got to subtract this, and then you got to subtract that.
I know. Oh God. Yeah. Neither of us know what we're doing. Like, it's like the blind leading the blind. I mean,
well, that's
the price of lumber skyrocketed the price of his house so much he can't afford to have it professionally put together by a contractor. So we're doing it, right? So anyway, I'm sure it'll be fine when it's done.
Speaking of prices of things, my workshop has been put on hold for quite some time now because we just bought a condo for City Girl, or we're in the process of buying one.
So the price of lumber has dropped dramatically in the last couple of days, right? You know that?
In the last couple of days, I did not. I thought in the last few weeks it had dropped, but I didn't hear about the last couple of days.
Well, recently the price of lumber has almost gone back to pre-pandemic levels.
Wow.
Yeah, check it out. It's amazing.
I wish I had money to spend. I had money to spend, but as I said, we just bought a condo, so. We needed a huge down payment, and there it all went. There went my workshop.
Oh, well. Next year.
Hopefully. Yeah, Sharon. So what's happened back at we have a rental in the city where City Girl lives, and we had, until just recently, she had a house full of people there. Our 2 youngest kids, our second oldest kid's wife, their 2 kids. But they've all moved out, and now it's just City Girl there in that semi-detached, in a 4-bedroom semi-detached. And it's too big, and it's like, well, and I don't know what's going on with rentals. We looked at rental condos, and there are none, or at least none for reasonable prices. So we thought, well, I guess we're buying something then, because he really needs to downsize from that. But it's, you need a big down payment, and if you want to get into the CMHC, for our friends outside of Canada, CMHC is the Canadian home mortgage something. If you put down a certain size of deposit, then they will guarantee your mortgage. So pretty much any bank at that point is like, yep, we'll take that mortgage. The government's backing that up. Yep, we'll take that. But it's like 20%, and well, we don't have 20%, but they want a sizable down payment. There's Jay and then there. Lumber here is back to normal. It is true. Wow. I wish I had some money to spend. on a workshop. Disney says, I bet City Girl will decorate the condo beautifully. Actually, her big problem right now is downsizing, because we went from a 4,000 square foot house to a 2,600 square foot rental, and a lot of the stuff just went right into the basement. We weren't able to get rid of it, and now she's going to a condo, so there's like a ton of crap she's got to go through and move out, sell it or give it away or something.
Sounds like you need to make space at the off-grid cabin.
Not happening. Well, I mean, if I ever get around to building my workshop, then I can move some of the stuff in here out, but there's a lot of stuff that we would never even have a use for out here, which is a shame. Like, I've got a chest of drawers in the city that was it was my grandmother's. It's old and it still works. It's great, but there's like nowhere around here I can put it. I can't put it upstairs in the loft. It's just the loft's such a weird, angular shape. It doesn't make any sense. So, and City Girl's got a chest of drawers. She's got a dresser. What is it? What do they call the stand? It's taller, and I forget what it's called.
Tall boy.
Anyway, she can't bring either of those things out here. There's nowhere to put them, so we got to get rid of those too. It's all got to go. We have a wonderful glass hutch that was also my grandmother's. It's beautiful, but we have nowhere to put that.
We did the same. We went from not 4,000 square feet, 3,000 square feet, down to here, and we just gave a lot of stuff away to charity. I mean, we had no choice. Yeah.
I think that's what we're going to be doing too. The big items I will try to sell.
Yeah.
But a lot of it, and City Girl's already given a lot of stuff away. She's got a pretty big walk-in closet full of clothes, like work clothes. And she started downsizing, and it's all of our old clothes are going to Goodwill, or she's donating all of them. Estate sale time. Yeah, essentially. Hi, Burnskin. But I will probably end up spending some time in the city trying to move all that stuff, because she still has to work. Right? She can't spend her days trying to sell stuff. Hey, Rick Airy. All right, I guess I'll put the link here in chat because... Oh, there's Sam.
Yeah.
How you doing tonight, Sam?
Hey, how you doing?
Good to see you.
Hey, Sam. How are you?
Hey, dude.
Long time no see, Sam. It's been about a week. Yeah.
Yeah. It took me a bit of time. I got all my bags and bags of crap I was trying to attach my GoPro to the screen with. I finally got a suction cup, and I just suctioned it right on the screen. So I don't have a tripod for it. Anyway.
Sorry, I'm going to put the Discord link in chat here. If anybody doesn't know what Discord is, it's an app that we use for chatting. Mostly just text chatting, during the day or whenever. There's also voice chat channels that I guess we used last weekend.
Yes. Yeah, last weekend.
If you're going to join Discord and you want access to all the channels, then you have to connect your Discord to your YouTube. Why is that coming up as Raspberry Rock? Huh. I've done that better. Okay. I gotta fix that. Anyway, Sam, what are you up to these days?
Trying to keep myself busy for retirement, I guess.
Sam, what are you up to?
It's like one long weekend.
Uh-oh. Sam.
Trying to
Oh. Sorry, it was me this time. Carry on, Sam.
Well, I don't know. I've just that's why I got into SketchUp and now OBS, and just trying to keep busy.
What are you doing in SketchUp?
Well, I did that shed that I sent you there, that picture. And I haven't done anything since then, except I changed all the walls in the shed from 16-inch centers to 2 feet because it's just a shed, and I'm not gonna need that kind of strength on it.
Isn't that wonderful in SketchUp when you want to change something that's like integral to your building, and you kind of gotta like delete everything that comes after the framing? So you can, if you're just changing the studs, I guess you can do that without changing everything else. But
Yeah. Well, I'm not that great at SketchUp, so it's a lot of clicking and a little bit time consuming when I have to change a whole bunch of stuff at the same time. I know that you can all your studs, for example. I can't remember the terminology, but you can set it up so that when you change one, they all change at the same time. You don't have to. I had to reduce the height of them because of how the paneling on the outside was going to fit. I had to lower the height about 3 or 4 inches.
yeah, so that's one of those things where it's like you have to change the height of your studs, then everything has to change above that. Yeah, it's a pain.
Yeah,
but it's good practice though. It's good practice because
exactly.
by the end of it, you really know what you have to do. You really know what your building is going to look like and all your measurements, and then you have your buy list. Yeah.
I really like that SketchUp. I'm just using the web version. Who am I listening? I can hear back. I don't think it's me.
You can hear an echo. I don't hear it, but it could be me. So this is what I bought these things for. So
a delay. Yeah, I bought those too actually.
I hear it.
And yours.
There. How about now?
These are. No. Well, I was hearing myself. That's all. Wasn't hearing anything else.
Yeah. So it was me.
I bought them too.
So Sam, are you starting?
What's that, Dave?
I was going to ask. Are you you're into OBS? Are you starting a YouTube channel?
Yeah, probably not. I don't know. I think I might record when I do that shed build and then put that out there. But
that'd be very interesting to see. I always enjoy watching other people build things and see how they do things differently. Because there's more than one way to do things, right?
Oh yeah, I gotta put these wireless headphones on in a minute, but I have anyway. All I was gonna say was in high school, we built like a frame of a small, like a 2 or 3 bedroom home, with a kitchen and a living room and bedrooms and everything, and just the frame of it, throughout our grade 11 or grade 12 class. I don't remember.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed that, and I was thinking of doing the same thing with that shed, just for the heck of it. There's special tools you can buy to, that kind of modeling, which I think is interesting.
I have to say, I'm very frustrated with companies that sell houses as kits. I keep saying I'm helping my neighbor build a house, and we're to the point where we're ready to start putting on the roof, and the drawings they give us don't have the detail how the roof connects to the top plate of the wall. And we're like I said, neither of us are builders, professional contractors. I've built a shed, I've built a garage, but it's not the same thing. This is a complex roof. It's got valleys and a hip roof, and we have no details. And we're sitting there, looking at each other saying, what do we do next? I mean, it's like, it's the blind leading the blind. It's scary.
Yeah, it's just the two of you?
Yeah, it's just the two of us, yeah.
And it's a kit?
It's a prefab home, is what they call it. Yeah, it's a major home builder under Home Hardware, without mentioning names.
Okay. That's really interesting. And I was going to say, well, if you're building a cabin or a regular house, there's so many YouTube videos on how to do double top plates and how to attach your, but if it's a prefab, then you pretty much need the instructions from the manufacturer to put that stuff together, right?
Does prefab mean pre-cut?
Pre-packaged, yeah. It comes with, sorry, it's not prefab, it's pre-packaged. It comes with all the materials you need to put the house together. Yeah.
Okay,
Oh.
so you're still measuring and
Yeah,
measuring.
we're still. Yeah, they don't give us the exact cut pieces of wood. They give us so many 2x10s and 2x12s and 2x4s, and we got to cut them to length and put it together. I think if he went through a contractor to put the house together and it was organized through the package provider, then they would have provided the details to put it together. But I think it's intellectual property, and they don't give that out to if you just buy the package. Anyway, that's my theory. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Well, that would be odd. Here's all the wood, but it's IP to tell you exactly how to put it together.
So they give us the architectural drawings, but not the details. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. So the drawing,
Like
but
they don't
still,
tell you where to cut the bird's mouth in the top for the fit your rafters on the top.
So today we're framing. Today I'm talking about reframing a window, and we framed the window based on the size of the window, but not the rough opening. So typically they would say from the bottom plate to the bottom of the window, you get the exact dimension, and then to the top of the window, and then the cripple studs, the cripplers, and then they give you that
goes over the header.
Yeah, and then the header and the top plate and the double plate, but we don't get any of those dimensions. So we're working off these architectural drawings with rough dimensions, and we're trying to figure everything out. It's just an error. One error compounds another error, right?
Well, there's no blueprints to go by or anything like that.
No detailed drawings. No. I don't know.
I wonder if it'd be worthwhile just to get somebody to, draw up some blueprints or something for you guys.
Well, what we have is a local builder who does a lot of work on our lake on retainer, and we pay him, or he pays them to come in and give us professional advice on how to do stuff. So that's how we're doing it. Yeah.
I have my buddy Ray for that. I've called him so many times.
This is AKA Ray. Yeah.
That Ray is amazing.
I don't know how many times I've been standing here with the phone going, Ray, okay, here's what I'm looking at. This does not line up with that. Can I send you a picture?
Wow. I tell Pam all the time, Ray reminds me of his father. Ray reminds me of my father. He's same build, not super tall, but built like a brick shit house. And if I didn't know any better, I would say Ray is ex-military.
He is.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, not typical. He was in the military, but he's not like a military, like a career guy, or he didn't spend a lot of time there. I mean, he was mostly, he taught survival classes and he taught rifle shooting, but he was never deployed or anything like that.
No, but he comes across with that demeanor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just the way he stands, stature. Anyway, he reminds me of my father so much.
We went to a gun show once just for shits and giggles, and yes, Destiny, we're talking about that Ray. We went to a gun show, and Ray's one of those guys. He was a rifle champ when he was a teenager, Canadian rifle champ, 5 out of 6 years. And he got talking to some guy at some booth at this rifle show, and he's talking about rifle shooting, military rifle shooting. The guy's like, "Oh well, you have to have if you're doing rifle, like put out your arm and let's see." And so Ray puts out his arm, and the guy's like grabs it and tries to move it up and down. And he's like, "Holy shit, that's pretty good." He's like, Ray's arm isn't moving at all, right? He's like trying to push it. He's like, "Yeah, okay, you've got good strength there for rifle shooting."
So speaking of that, so I think I mentioned to you in Discord, I renewed my outdoors card, and I'm still an accredited hunter, but I need to get my PAL, right? I think it's the PAL, PAL.
Possession and acquisition license.
Yeah, so I used to have an FAC, firearm acquisition certificate, and I let it lapse. But so thank goodness the the Ontario government for the outdoors card. It was Ontario Hunting and Fisheries or whatever. They keep excellent records, so they're able to confirm that I had a hunting license and a small game license and moose and fishing. So I'm still an accredited hunter, but I need to get my PAL if I want to hunt.
Right. Yeah. You should do that. I think
I am.
this is a long. It was a long time ago that they switched over to PALs.
1994. So I'm dating myself here. Yeah.
So, but you should be grandfathered in automatically.
Well, I am on the hunter education, but maybe not on the Canadian firearms safety course. I may need to redo that.
Have you looked into it?
No, not yet. I just did the outdoors card and the fishing license.
Yeah, well, you might be grandfathered in. You might not have to take the course again.
I'm gonna check it out. I've done step 1, which is the outdoors card and the hunt and the fishing license. I took your words to advice. I agree with you that it's not worth the risk, so I got the fishing license.
Oh, the risk is probably pretty low on a private lake on a Monday.
It is low. It is low, but doesn't matter.
But like, are you like for your pal? Like, you're planning to go hunting again, or?
I would love to go hunting again. Yeah, I haven't done it in obviously a number of years. Used to do it when the kids were young. Then I stopped. We moved to Toronto, and I kind of moved to the GTA, so stopped hunting. But now that I'm retired and got time on my hands, I would love to go hunting again. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I guess you just have to go to a Service Ontario and work and see if they'll give you a PAL.
I have to figure it out. Yeah, I think it's federal. It's RCMP, right? I think so. Yeah.
It's the Chief Firearms Officer of. Is it RCMP?
Well, the RCMP do the registered or the restricted, non-restricted. But I don't need the RPAL. I just need the PAL, right? Anyway, I also like to get into pistol shooting at some time. So anyway, I gotta look into it.
We'll take that offline. We'll look into it.
Yeah.
I'll say I'm looking forward to fishing.
Yeah, me too. I have scoped out about 4 areas. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you around, show you the different areas, and let you decide. I'll let you choose where you want to go first. I'll give you a tour of the lake, and then let you can choose.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
Like I know.
No, I think there's one spot. There's one spot which is a very steep granite wall, which goes very deep, and I think that's probably the best spot. That's the best spot to start.
Often it's the shelves, right? The underwater, the ground's going like this, and then it kind of drops off, and they like hanging out just below the shelf.
Yeah, we don't really have anything like that. We're not a deep lake. We're about 40, 50 feet deepest. But
I'm talking about like 8 feet, 8 feet, and it goes down to like 20 or something like that.
Okay, so then I know a spot. Okay, we'll go there first.
Yeah,
I do know a spot then. If that's the case, that's the back bay I was telling you about.
Okay, so that picture with that guy with that huge largemouth bass. Do you know where he got that one?
He got that in the back bay.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I want to say hi to Joanne Glazinski, Ian the Web Lord, Pap and Beans, Jay and Jen. Russ, you should try walleye jigging in the spring. Detroit River. You can stay in the Canadian side too. Keep it simple. Where is the Detroit River? Is that like way down near Windsor? Because there's walleye way closer. Do you have David? Do you have walleye in your lake?
No, we don't. No, we have perch, we have smallmouth and largemouth bass, and the occasional pike, and crappies. You can catch crappies like there's no tomorrow.
Okay.
Catch,
I gotta-
we can catch crappies off the dock.
I got to remember to bring those worms.
Yeah. You do that or we're trolling.
Okay. I'll remember. If I don't remember, then I'm going to be going through Tweed anyway, so I can pick up worms there.
Yeah.
I'll have too many worms at that point, but Sam, what are you drinking?
Same as I always have.
Okay, hold it closer to the camera. Oh, you're Lima Lager. What is
Is
it?
that
Oh,
backwards?
Molson Canadian. Okay.
Oh no, it's
Nice combo. And I see you're wearing your Booxefest shirt. Is that a hoodie? It's a bit dark.
yeah, it is. Yeah,
Do you like it?
I put it. Well, it fits. I wasn't even sure if it was going to fit until about a few days after I bought it, but it fits good, and it's really good material. It was a little bit expensive, $50, I think,
Oh, so you got
but
the
it's
you got
really
the
good
premium.
material. Yeah,
You got the premium
and
one,
the
right?
hood
Oh yeah.
is like double layered. You know.
I love that
Anyway,
one. Like that's it's the material's so nice and smooth. It's yeah.
I was going to get the red one, but I'm not that flashy.
Well, it's not something you're gonna wear to a club, right? Like you're
No,
not wearing that to a bar.
well, probably not.
Hey, do you guys Booxefest?
Maybe closer to your area, maybe.
15-pound walleyes in Cheneau Bay, Lake Ontario. Cheneau Bay, Lake Ontario. 15-pound walleyes. That's pretty big.
That's huge.
I fished on Lake Simcoe, ice fishing walleyes from Lake Simcoe. They don't get nearly that big though. They're like 4 or 5 pounds, 6 pounds maybe.
Yeah. Is there still a
I don't know.
slot size for pickerel or for walleyes?
Sorry, what was the question?
Is there still a slot size? There used to be a slot size. They had to be
Oh yeah.
it had to be a certain size. You couldn't.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
And ice fishing is neat because once you catch it and you knock it out, you just toss it out the door. It freezes on the ice. You're good.
Yeah. Yeah. We used to live in Northern Ontario. We used to ice fish all the time, and we used to always catch pike up there was the number one fish. And one time we were fishing, my friend brought along his dog, and we pulled out a pike and we clubbed it, and it was sitting there on the ice, and we thought it was out, and the dog's there, he's sniffing it, right, and the dog gets really close, and the pike clamped down on the dog's tongue. Oh God!
Oh jeez.
The dog's like trying to get the fish off, and anyway, there was blood everywhere, and oh God.
Pike have teeth, right? So.
Oh yeah.
So.
It was messy. It was messy. Yeah.
Jay and Jen said no slot size here in the Great Lakes region for walleye. 15-inch or bigger is legal. Well,
Are they in Ontario?
Well, I think he's talking about. Well, Jay and Jen are in Upper Michigan, so.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So Lake Michigan, Lake Superior, maybe.
Could be here.
No pike in your lake, David, or how about trout?
No trout. No, there are pike, but no trout. Yeah. Anyway, I did ask a few people where to fish, and one guy replied, "It's a healthy lake. There's fish everywhere," and that's kind of the general reply I get. You can catch fish pretty well anywhere in the lake. So, and I've seen people fishing right a few feet off our dock, and they're catching fish. So, I don't.
It's nice.
I think we will be successful. I feel confident we will be successful.
You mean in catching a fish or two, or catching 10 largemouth like I want?
Catching fish, yeah. Well, the predominant fish in the lake is largemouth. So
Really?
yeah, it
Okay.
is. Yeah, they are a
Yeah.
dominant species, right? When it comes to lakes and fish, they are the dominant species.
So you got your sport fishing license, right?
Yeah, I got it for 3 years because I intend on I want to I plan on fishing a lot more in next year and in the following years. So
Nice. I think I only have my conservation license, so I think I'm limited to 2, but I think you're limited to 5. I could be
I'm
wrong on
check,
that.
I'm gonna check, but again, yeah, I think we'll be fine. I think I'm
Okay.
sure we'll well be within those limits. So if we catch a couple nice fish, I think I will be happy and it'll be a successful day.
All right. All right.
What kind of bait do you use for largemouth bass?
Well, we're going to use worms. I've used worms, and I've used sausage and hot dogs previously, and I've been successful.
So no, they're not the kind of fish you'd use a lure for then.
Well, no,
No,
not
good.
usually. You're just going to be casting.
You could,
Yeah.
if you're trolling or casting. You're
Yeah.
not just gonna like dangle a lure. It's gotta move through the water.
So
Shows how much I know about fishing.
So I think our plan is to find a good spot and drop the line in the water and see what we get. Right? Is that about right, Russell?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. So, but we can try trolling too. I mean, we'll see.
Well,
how it
if we
goes.
got worms are like the best thing to use. They really are. So if we got lots of worms, we might as well use them.
I think that's the best way to that. Most people here who fish just take a stationary position and they drop the line in and they wait. So I think that's the best way to go.
Do you ever get to like fishing tournaments on your lake?
Yes, we have a derby once a year. So I plan on inviting you for next year for the derby.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
That'll be interesting. I just remember I was out fishing with a buddy of mine at his wife's parents' cottage, and we were just out in an aluminum boat, just doing our own thing, having fun. And there was some tournament going on, some derby, and we get these guys coming along, these like $200,000 bass boats, right? And they would like fly down the because it's not a huge bass boat, but they've got like 2 engines on the back, and they're both 250 horsepower or something like that, and they were just flying, like flying down, and they get to the end of the lake and for like 5 minutes, and then they're flying back across the lake.
Yeah, well, if they did that, they would be at the end of our lake in about 5.0 seconds. It's not a big lake, and I only have a 9.9, so enough
Perfect.
to. Yeah, exactly. It gets me out on the lake and it gets me from point A to point B without making too much ripples, and works. And I don't have to register it. That's why I chose 9.9.
Well, you can water ski behind that too if you wanted to.
We can try that if you want. I've never done it. But
Oh yeah, we'll do that, and I'll try fishing while I'm water skiing.
that'll make a great special feature.
It might be a little cool for water skiing this time of year. But do you do a lot of swimming?
We do swim a lot off the dock. Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Nice.
The water got up to 80 degrees Fahrenheit this year, and I think it's only cooled off probably maybe 75 now. So I still have to go. I still have to go into the water and retrieve all the like our swimming raft and a few other floatables. So I'm going to do that this weekend. So,
Yeah. Nice.
so yeah.
That's pretty warm for the fish, though, isn't it? 80 degrees. It's like Victorian.
Yeah. Well, obviously they go deep when it's really super warm.
If it's 80 at his dock, then 40 feet down, it's still going to be like 60 years. So
yeah, not even that far. I mean, I think it cools off pretty quick because our dock drops off pretty quickly. You can feel the temperature change as you go deeper, as you go further out. So, yeah.
Nice.
Oh no, I think You know what? We'll do our best. I feel confident that we'll catch something, but I'll get you out, let you look at the area and get a feel for what's going on. And Pam was saying that if you and City Girl ever want to just come out and use the boat and go out on the lake, I agree. You're more than welcome just to come and do that anytime you want.
Well, I'm actually really looking forward to just seeing your cabin. I saw the picture and it's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, we're very lucky. We're very lucky to find the place, and it's not big. It may look big from the picture, but we're only 1,300 square feet. It's not big at all, but it's more than big enough for our needs.
That's pretty big.
Yeah, it is big. Yeah, it is.
And how much property do you have?
7.5 acres.
Wow, 7.5 acres with lakefront. That's wonderful.
Yeah, no, we're very fortunate. We bought the property about it's almost 16 years ago, but we didn't build on it for 5 years. We paid off the property first, and then we built the house. Then we built the cottage, and we built the cottage without the intention of ever living in it. And then one day we finally decided that we wanted to get out of the GTA and retired at the cottage, and then we made it a full-time home.
Nice.
Yeah. But when you kind of think about it, I think you said your cabin is 600 square feet, and with your loft space, honestly, it's probably not much. It's probably pretty equivalent in square feet.
Yeah, it's 560 square feet, and then I think each set of loft is about 200 square feet each.
Yeah, so it's just under 1,100, right?
Oh, I don't know about usable space up there because because of the angle, but yeah, I mean this is a great size.
No, it's a nice size. When you come, I'll show you our bedrooms. I'll give you a walkthrough. Our bedrooms are not very big, and if we knew that we were going to live here full time, we probably would have made the bedrooms a little bigger. But our kids come home, they bring their significant others, and that's when we find it a little tight for space. But 99% of the time, it's just the two of us, so it's fine, more than we need. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sorry, I feel like we're leaving Sam out of the conversation. What do you got in your shelves behind you, Sam?
Oh man, when I moved back here, there was not a lot of shelf space to put some of my stuff, my knickknacks, and so I've got some books, and I've got like a whole variety of stuff, tools, everything from tools to DVDs to books to toys to electronic stuff. And
yeah, what's your favorite thing?
On
the shelves.
Oh, on the shelves?
Yeah.
I'm gonna,
is that a roll of toilet
probably
paper?
these
Oh,
books.
that's your.
No, that's paper towels.
So what's your favorite book then?
Here it is. Sorry.
Hold it. Tilt it the other way.
There we go.
On a clear day, you can see General Motors. Is that what it says?
Yeah, and it's by John DeLorean. That's the.
Is that on a clear day you can see GM?
Yeah, you must have read that one, eh?
Yeah, I have.
And that's the hardcover.
Yeah.
And what's it about?
Well, he was the president of the Pontiac division for a number of years. He worked his way up. He just started out in, I can't remember. It's been about 10 years since I've read this, but he just started out at a lower position and he ended up becoming president. I think it's president, isn't it, David? Of the Pontiac division.
Yeah.
Of General, not of GM. I think it was just the Pontiac, wasn't it?
Oh, I thought it was GM. I read the book a number of years ago. On a clear day, you can see General Motors. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, after his, I don't know, to make a long story short, he let some, he told a lot of stories out of school there, like the Corvair having that rollover problem because they didn't want to put a $20 stabilizer bar in it.
Yeah.
People were getting killed, and that was just one of the things. And next thing you know, I can't remember how it all timed out, but next thing you know, he's in jail for cocaine possession. And I think he was framed. And then after that, he put this book out. Or he had the information for 20 years, but he never published it. And they were afraid he was going to, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Have you?
Was that your take on it?
Yeah, it sounds familiar. I just finished reading the biography of Steve Jobs, which was really heavy lifting. The only reason I read it is because a friend gave me the book, and it's actually, the guy was brilliant. Him and a lot of the guys in Apple are brilliant. I mean, there's a bunch of college kids who got together and essentially started a computer company.
Like Steve Wozniak?
Yes, yeah, him and
Bill Gates is with him as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, him, Gates, and Steve Jobs. Yeah, so it was a really interesting book, but I mean, I could only read like 20 pages at a time without falling asleep. And it's a 400-page book, so you can guess how many days it took me to read it. You know, I'm not big on biographies. Most of them are snoozers.
Oh, really? I have one here. Just what?
I read some of Lee Iacocca's book.
And how did you like it?
I read the whole thing. Very interesting. What is that? Hold it closer. Jim Carrey, memoirs and masturbation.
Misinformation.
Yeah, okay.
Memoirs and misinformation. I haven't read it yet. I'm a big proponent of, if you see something you like, just get it. I still have to read it yet.
I've gotten into so much trouble. If you see something you like, just get it. Yeah, Lee Iacocca's story is interesting. Oh, Tim,
I don't have any knives to show.
Tim, you can join us there. There's the link. Yeah, Tim, I opened up your package today and got it on video. Oh my God. I'm really sorry in advance to everybody who's going to watch my video tomorrow morning. There's like a 10-minute segment at the end where I'm just kind of opening packages and talking about it. Mind you, it's wonderful stuff. It just goes on for so long. I'm just rambling. So that's part I'm apologizing for the rambling bit. But,
I've been ignoring this chat on the side here.
There we go.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Tim Kiki did that for us, I guess.
Very nice.
That is great.
Isn't that wonderful?
Where are you going to hang it?
I'm going to put it right over the bed upstairs.
Oh, that's very nice. That's beautiful.
As soon as I open my eyes, this is what I'm looking at.
Yeah, no.
I'm just kidding.
That reminds me of something. Because you, Russell, I was watching this Bob Ross thing. I love watching some YouTube videos. Some of them are really good, but this was all about Bob Ross. And I got thinking about you, and I was thinking, you're like the Bob Ross of off-grid cabin living. Because you're like, easygoing like he was, and a lot of other similarities there, I think. And anyway, that picture just reminded me of that painting.
You know what? I've never seen a Bob Ross video, but I've seen like 1,000 Bob Ross memes.
Yeah.
So, Sam, do you have? Sorry, I just saw you. Do you have the You have the hoodie. Did you also have the gel mug? Is that what I just saw you drinking from?
Oh yeah, I bought these when I first, I don't know,
Oh, he's got the cheap
back
one.
in April or something. Yeah, that's what you told me. You said, "Sam, you're not listening." I
You
was
drank the
listening. I just
Kool-Aid,
found them
yeah.
cheaper. But he says to get the ones that have the the logo on them because they're higher quality and they're not going to crack and break on you like you said yours did. But these are fine so far, and I'm still on my first one. I got 4 for $20.
And
This is the first one.
Oh wow, 4 for
Do-
$20
do-
is pretty good.
do they hold a full pint?
Well, yes. Well, I have the tall boys, so
Yeah, that's that. Well, that's
they-
470 milliliters. I guess that's what they are, right?
no, these
Almost,
are
they-
7.
Almost.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's a
473.
pint. A pint is 473 milliliters.
If
Okay.
you're putting lime cordial in, then it doesn't quite
And it's a
hold
little
the
more,
full
yeah. Yeah.
pint.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta.
And you can
Take a little
extend
sip.
it. You know,
If you pour it without a head, you can take a little sip of it and put the rest of your beer in it. But I rarely
Yeah,
do that.
I'm one of those guys. I don't like a big head on my beer. Maybe like a millimeter of head. Like there's some guys that they want a huge. I don't want that.
I try for that, but I don't often succeed.
Angie has a Bob Ross adult coloring book. So is that like you're coloring naked pictures of Bob Ross? Is that what I'm getting there? That'd be a bit weird.
I have to Google who Bob Ross is.
Really?
Bob
Sorry,
Ross?
that wasn't YouTube. That was Netflix. That
Well,
video.
Bob Ross-
It's a documentary.
Yeah, Bob
It's
Ross
on
isn't like a Canadian, one of those Canadian people that we watch forever. I think he was an American, like only on American TV.
Well, he was on PBS mostly, but
He's
he was
kind of like
all over the world. on PBS.
Mr. Dress Up. Mr. Dress Up was like a huge Canadian thing, but I don't think he was big outside of Canada. But I could be wrong.
It's kind of a sad
Bob
story.
Ross with the big hair.
financially.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got him here. Yeah.
Sorry, what were you saying, Sam?
Well, it's just the documentary on Netflix just portrays kind of a sad financial story there, greed and so on.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. I think were you talking about that in Discord or something,
Me?
Sam? Yeah.
I don't know.
Where did
I
I
don't
read
think
that?
I
then?
was.
Yeah, it's a sad story where like another couple own all the rights to all his
Exactly.
old stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a sad story.
Yeah, Bob Ross, Happy Accidents, Betrayal, and Greed. That's the name of the Netflix.
Yeah.
I'll have to watch that.
That's a shame.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting.
Yeah, no, we're gonna watch that. We're just finishing Queen's Gambit, and then we're gonna move on to something else.
What is it called? Queen's Scam?
Queen's
Queen's
Gambit.
Gambit.
Queen's Gambit.
Oh, Queen's Gambit. Oh yeah.
I just
You
finished
did-
binge watching Sons of Anarchy. Now that was interesting.
I remember
got
you commented about that before, Dave, to watch that.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's pretty gory, but yeah, it was a good series. 7 years.
I got through the first season and maybe halfway through the second season on that. I haven't gotten any further on that.
Oh, you should. It's good. Sometimes I had to turn it off because it just got a little too much blood and guts for me. But I turned it back on after a few minutes and watched the rest of it.
What's the storyline? Is it pretty interesting, or?
It's about a motorcycle club and about organized crime and all the gangs and doings and killings of. It's obviously not a true story, but it's fictional. But I think some of it's based on a certain amount of truth.
I like that Breaking Bad series because it had a good storyline. That and there was some tongue in cheek. They didn't take themselves too seriously, and it was fairly entertaining. And I've heard of that Sons of Anarchy that. It's a little more tight, I guess, a little more serious, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's a brotherhood essentially. It's like it's no different than being in the military and being brothers in arms.
Oh,
Kind of like Band of Brothers. It's almost it's the same kind of mentality.
so it's like an open window to a biker.
I think so. That's what I
lifestyle.
mean by I think there's a certain amount of truth to it. That somebody obviously did some research about the motorcycle clubs, and then they based this series on that. But the rest of it is fictional. But I think that the storyline around the motorcycle clubs was based on obviously some research and some truth. And it was. I was like you too, Russell. I watched the first half season and I turned it off and I thought, this is not something I want to watch. And then I went back to it and it was good. But Breaking Bad was an excellent series. I binge watched the entire Breaking Bad, I think over a long weekend.
Wow.
Yeah, I did.
That's 5 years worth of.
Yeah, no, I think it was a rainy weekend here. We were here at the cottage. I was by myself, and I binge watched the entire thing. That and maybe a couple of cases of beer, but anyway.
I did a similar thing here with the Office, which is entirely different show. But one week I binge watched The Office. I just sat on the couch here and watched The Office, and at the end of the weekend, and I was like, "Oh, sorry guys, I don't have a video." I don't think I don't think I ever said why. I was like, "Oh, sorry guys, I don't have a video this week."
Next time you put out a video, we're gonna wonder what you're binge watching.
Right? That's one of the. That's an awesome show, The Office. One of my favorites.
Oh, you know what the problem with The Office? I'm talking about the Canadian version. I never watched the British version, but sorry, not the Canadian version, the American version. But there's so many cringe moments that are like, I can't watch this. This is so cringe. It's so awkward.
That's what she said. What do you mean?
But there was some great moments, of course.
For The Office, there was cringe moments. Like, I don't get it. I don't remember any cringe moments.
We'll talk about this offline. I'll give you some examples of some cringe moments. Like, oh my god, I can't watch this. This is so bad. So, we'll take it offline, Sam. Sam, are you on the Discord? You're on the there you are. So we'll talk about it on Discord.
Oh, okay.
Because I gotta follow up with examples. I can't just describe them to you. We'll find like YouTube videos and stuff. Let's create a new channel. The Office cringe.
I keep forgetting. Like, there's I don't know how many people watching here.
33.
Oh, yeah.
We went up to 40 and then we went down to 28. We have one thumb down.
Who's that?
Who's that?
Can you tell who?
Was that you, Dave?
No, I just gave a thumbs up. Can you tell like who is the thumbs up and who's the thumbs down?
Oh, nope, okay. I cannot.
Okay. I enjoyed City Girl's latest video. That was very nice. It was very peaceful. Yeah.
She's got a different eye than I do for scenic shots. Because I've watched some of her stuff and said, "Holy crap! I never would have thought of a shot." Like sometimes, like she does these shots up through the trees sometimes, and I think, "Wow, I've never done a shot like that," and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And
I enjoyed the intro. It was very like the quiet part, and then there was essentially silent, and then it came in afterwards. That was very nice. Yeah, that or I had the volume turned off.
Hopefully you can tell her tomorrow.
Yeah, no, it was very. Well, we both. Pam in particular enjoys the Raspberry Rock ASMR videos. She, I'm trying to convince Pam to start a YouTube channel because I would love to help her with it in the background. I think her doing quilting and stuff would be a really good YouTube channel. She's very talented. And
just quilting or other stuff?
Other stuff too. She's very artistic, and but quilting is her passion. I'll show you when you come. When you come, we'll show you some of her quilts.
Yeah, we can talk.
Yeah, no, I would love her to do it, and she started a vlog or a blog on, and she started a blog about her quilting. So I mean, I think that's the first step. So
How long has she been doing
Sure.
that? The
quilting or
blog,
the
I mean,
blog?
the blog.
The blog is very recent. She's just
Yeah.
posted it, just started it maybe about a month ago.
Oh,
I was helping her out with the software. To me, it wasn't that user friendly, and but we got it figured out. We got her page up with some pictures and stuff, and a bit of bio about her, and yeah, it's
Nice.
it's a start. I mean, she's only done a couple pages and stuff, but it's a start. She wants to share. She wants to share some of her, quilting. She has a very big quilting friends network, and they talk. They do Zoom meetings. Obviously, they do Zoom meetings like 2 days a week, and so there's a lot of people out there who quilt. And it's a big community. And she's
Do any of those people that she talks to, do they have YouTube channels?
not that I'm aware of. So that's why I'm thinking there's an opportunity for her to do something. I mean, she has a lot of passion in quilting, and like I said, she's working with a local quilt shop about maybe teaching some lessons over before Christmas about making Christmas quilts. So she wants to get out there and share her knowledge, and so.
Well, I tell you what, quilting is one of those things. Like you start putting out a how to quilt, start putting out how to quilt videos. They're evergreen, right? People will always be searching for how to do this with quilting, how to do that with quilting, and it's one of the things that I don't get in my channel. I don't have any evergreen stuff. And here's Tim.
Hey, Tim.
hey, Tim.
Tim, good to see you, brother.
Hey, good to see you too. So I'm getting that echo again. What do I got to do?
Stop your YouTube video. Stop the
Stop my
video
YouTube.
you were watching.
Yeah, just pause it.
Or pause it.
Okay. Okay, I'm trying
Anyway,
to,
I look forward to talking about David. I look forward to talking about that stuff. I have no problem helping you guys get started if you want to start a YouTube channel.
Well, actually, I'm looking forward to talking to you a bit about being off grid and more about solar power. I have some questions for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're on grid there, obviously.
I'm on
now,
grid,
right?
but I have an interest in it. I just don't quite understand how it works. So
Tim.
just a little general information just to set me straight.
Okay, sure. I want to say hi to.
Yeah.
Sorry, I want to say hi to Dave Hunt and Tor from Norway. Good to see you guys. Our powers.
Oh,
Norway.
Just stumbled upon this Booxefest. Missed intros, but enjoying the banter. Just stumbled upon this Booxefest. Is this a Booxefest? Did I call this Boox? What? No, I didn't call this Booxefest. Anyway, welcome. Beto Mansky from Brazil. Welcome. Oh, Joanne is only 10 miles from Scranton. I hear a lot of people want to visit Scranton just because of the office. Raven Flintlock says, I lost my man cave to my wife's quilt studio. She has a 17-foot long arm quilt machine. Holy crap. 17-foot long? Like, are there quilts out there that are 17 feet long? Does that make any sense? That's crazy.
Oh, she has a long arm machine. Yeah. Yeah, Pam wants a long arm machine. Yeah, they're
does it need to be 17 feet?
Not that I'm aware of, but yeah.
Like is there a room, Raven Flintlock, is there a room in your house that is 17 feet long? Or is it one of those things you gotta have outside or in the garage or something like that?
Pam, are long arms 17 feet long?
There's Tim back.
there we go.
There he is.
You gotta figure it out.
Hey, yeah. How you guys doing?
Good. Yeah, David just took off to find out if they can handle a 17-foot long arm quilt machine.
So Pam says yes, they could take up the size of a garage.
Well, okay, but if Pam ever got a long arm quilt machine, how long would she like it to be?
I don't know. That sounds a little personal, a bit of a personal question.
I wasn't taking it there. I wasn't taking it to that spot, David. You
I know. I bring down the channel. I bring down.
okay. No, I don't think you can. Let me ask you this though: does a 7-foot long arm quilt machine produce a 17-foot long quilt?
Oh, Pam's coming now. Here she's up. She says no. I don't know. Can you come and add some information to this?
Okay, hold on, Tim.
He's coming. Just give her a couple minutes.
We have some important quilt information coming because
Clothes on.
this is really important.
Oh, she's not coming up.
Oh,
She says they're not
That's what
17
she
feet
said.
long. They're 10 feet long. Sorry. By 5 feet. 5 by 10 feet. They're essentially like a CNC machine, if that means anything to you.
means something to me.
Okay.
Yeah, it means you can move the quilting two-dimensionally to do all your different kinds of stitching. That's from a total novice. No one really knows anything, but they're like a CNC machine.
Okay, so how much time would that save?
Lots, because put it this way: you imagine the size of the quilt that we sent you, Pam.
Yep.
We did that on the dining room table, and Pam's quilting it, and I'm pulling it in a certain direction to help her with the quilting. That's why I said assisted by. That was my assisting. It's because in quilting you can go random with the stitching, and so the long arm allows you to do that. Allows you to move in the 2 dimensions. So
Okay.
a lot of the quilting that was on your quilt was in one direction, but we had to roll the quilt up to make it manageable so that we could do those long stitches. Like yours they kind of go out diagonally, right? If I remember correctly.
I don't know. I didn't look at it that carefully. I was looking at stitching.
Yeah.
I mean, it's beautiful. It's back on the couch. We washed it and put it back.
Yeah, no, that's good.
I love it. Anyway, we gotta talk to Tim here. Tim, what's going on in your life, brother? It's good to see you. What's going on in your life?
It's good to see you too, Russell. I was just kind of curious if we want to talk about drinking tea tonight.
Oh goodness,
Okay, so for those watching,
that was a good one, Russell. That was a good one. I think I
okay,
got
so
the
that was
joke,
funny.
but I
That
don't
was
think
really
anyone else
hilarious.
got it.
Sorry, I had to bring it up.
hold on. For those watching, we were on Jesse's live stream on Tuesday, Rain Dance Bushcraft. I had texted him earlier in the day, not texted, messaged him to say, as I often do, I say, what is your topic for tonight's live stream? How about this? Would you drink your own pee in a survival situation? And amazingly enough, he used it as a topic. I was just joking. He used it as a topic, and we talked about it for like 3 hours. It's like, how much can you talk about drinking your own pee? 3 hours?
Well,
That was funny.
and then his camera messed up and he turned blue. And I texted it, or I typed in the
That was
chat. I said,
funny.
"I hear
That was
drinking your own
funny.
pee turns your skin blue."
That was funny. That was
funny. That was
was
pretty
funny.
hilarious.
that was funny.
He didn't think it was funny. Oh, thanks, Jack. Or no, he said, "Thanks, Sam." Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny. That was funny.
Other than that, today's my Friday night, so I'm off for the rest of the weekend.
Well, good for you.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I get
Nice.
3-day weekends every weekend.
Do you
Every
work?
Thursday's your Friday.
I work for 10-hour days.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you work a compressed week so you get long weekends?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I know
So
I know the person that painted that.
So this is the painting that Tim did, and it's awesome.
It is amazing.
I can't wait for the next one in the series.
Okay, there will be one.
Tim is going to be the group of 7 at the Raspberry Rock Off-Grid cabin.
It is beautiful, Tim.
That was my 15th painting I ever painted. So, but it took me a freaking long time. I had a hell of a time with the reflections.
You
give you
shared
credit for doing it in the first place, because I'd like to get into painting as well, but I'm just too afraid of what I'll end up seeing. Like I wouldn't, like, it's not going to work, is what I'm saying. So
Well,
you got to give me credit for just getting into it.
The reflections were just as bright as the trees, and so I was just like, I can't have that. And so I decided to put I learned how to do a mist, so I made the pond like misty to dull it. So that's kind of why I didn't want it to be. I didn't want it to be an eyesore, I guess.
Did you take any classes or any kind of
No, self-taught.
art?
I'm self-taught, but I'm watching YouTube channels.
Yeah, well, that's
for
good.
the
That's the way to
techniques
go.
and things like that. Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. But I'd like to go to a photo, and then just kind of check out the colors, and then I just start playing around with all the colors I have back here. I have a lot of them now, and it's weird, when you start a new hobby and everybody finds out, then they want to kind of support the hobby. So, I'm getting canvases and paints and brushes and all that stuff for nothing, and bring it on, man. I love it.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah. So I get to mess around a lot.
Yeah. Can I just do this? This is for Beto, who's asking me if I have a Brazilian flag on my shirt, and I do. And then I have this. I don't know if you can see that. Which way do I need to go? Yeah. So this shirt, Beto, is from when I worked on a project in Brazil, in the Amazon. Oh God, in the Amazon forest. Anyway, sorry. I was just answering his question.
What kind of project was that?
It was a mining project. Yeah, it was just a study. It has not been built. Yeah.
So what was that like down there?
It was very hot and muggy. But Brazil is a beautiful country. It's big. It's a very, very big, beautiful, diverse country. Very friendly people, and if you ever get a chance to go, I recommend it. You will enjoy yourself.
Some cool wildlife.
Oh yeah. It's a big country. I think Brazil is the 4th largest country in the world. Just so you get an appreciation. So what is it? It's Russia, Canada, China, Brazil. So I think the United States is the 5th largest country in the world, but I'm not sure. Don't hold me to all that, but it is a beautiful country.
I gotta ask.
Yeah.
Sorry, David, you're finishing
Go ahead. No, I'm finished. Go ahead.
So somebody bought me this thing, and that somebody's probably here, either watching or on screen. It's a metal detector. Who did this? Which one of you guys did this? Somebody?
What does it say on it?
I've never.
Does
It
it
says
say Outback?
Humpo. This is a metal detector. I've never seen anything like this before. It takes a 9-volt battery, which I don't have, and I haven't read the manual yet, so I'm not sure exactly how it works. But it's a metal detector, and I have a feeling I was talking to somebody recently about that wood stove that I found out in the bush, half a kilometer that way, in the middle of nowhere, and they were saying, "Hey, you should check out the rest of that area." And I said, "Yeah, I need a metal detector." And then this comes, and I'm like, "How the hell does this work? How the heck is this?" There's no way I'm just going to walk through the area going, doing the Harry Potter thing, going, metal. I have a feeling I'm going to be like digging this into the ground and stuff.
I assume that's similar to what they use when you go through airport security. It's a wand, right?
Yeah, it goes like this.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to own up to this. I don't know who it came from.
Well,
I don't think I ordered it. Did I order it? Was I really drunk one night and I ordered this? Come on. You guys didn't know.
check your Amazon. Anyway, I was going to say, don't buy any 9-volt batteries. I just bought a whack of them by mistake, and I'll give you one when you're here.
Oh, perfect. Because I'm not a 9-volt battery guy. I'm
Well, I put it this way: I made a big mistake buying them. I got 4 of them that I can't use, so I'll give you one.
all right, cool. And then we'll do some metal detecting.
Yeah, maybe it'll help us find fish. Maybe it's a fish finder.
So
Isn't that
what's
weird?
happening?
Isn't that about the size of a dildo?
Now, who's bringing the channel down? Not me.
Demonetized.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Angie said it. Pond water versus pee. Would you rather drink pond water, like my pond water, or
Here
your
we
own
go.
pee?
Oh God, yeah. All right. Good night. I'll see you.
That's a tough one because one's going to make you sick, and the other one is also going to make you sick.
So here's a question: Would you rather shotgun pond water or pee?
Like if I could can it, into a tall boy.
Yeah.
Is there a market for that?
I don't think so. I'm just trying to keep the conversation going.
Oh shit! I shouldn't have brought it up.
There's Bettina. Hey, Bettina. Let me drop the link here in chat again if anybody else wants to join us.
Get Bettina to join.
No, anybody but Bettina would be welcome here.
Why are you so mean to her? It's like she's your sister or something.
So is there any
well,
precious
exactly. No, exactly. I love Bettina. She's a wonderful person, and so I enjoy ribbing her about stuff.
Okay.
Tor says, find old coins. I don't think I'm going to find old coins out here because, I mean, it'd be wonderful if I did, but I mean, finding a wood stove out here. I shouldn't say a wood stove. Like it's a kitchen stove, really. That's just so weird.
Do you know the history of your property, Russell? Like, was it logged? Was it mined?
All I know is I don't think it was ever mined or logged, but there was a forest fire between 20 and 100 years ago, depending on who you talk to.
Can you see that like through the different growth in the trees, or
only that there aren't a lot of mature trees around? I don't see any like burned stumps kind of thing. But I was told that at one point, what do you get out of a marsh? Like there are marsh, like rice or hay or something, like it grows naturally in a marsh. I'm not sure what it is. But I was told that maybe that was going on, and that's why that was why that cook stove was out there. There was a camp at some point.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know what grows in a marsh. Peat?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But when you say it's a marsh, was it an old beaver pond or?
No, it's a marsh. I don't know if you remember. Like City Girl and I went out last winter on the ice, and we were walking along, and I was talking about these mounds of stuff. These mounds, and I couldn't figure out what they were. And people are saying, "Well, people are saying they're muskrat feeding mounds."
No.
Does anybody remember? No. Okay, because we were on the marsh at that point.
Was that off your? How far away was that from your pond or from?
It's it's not on our property. It's it's close, neighboring property. So it kind of makes sense that. Well,
have you covered every square foot of your property? Like, I mean, it's pretty big. I mean, have you walked all of it now?
I've walked to all the 4 corners. I've walked through many areas, but there are still pockets that I haven't seen.
Yeah. How many square miles or kilometers is your property? I mean, what's the equivalent of 180 acres?
Oh,
you can Google that.
That's a quarter of a section, right?
I don't know.
quarter of a section. A section, I think, is 1 mile by 1 mile.
That's what a 1 mile by 1 mile is what they call a claim. If you ever stake
Okay.
a claim, it's 1 mile by 1 mile.
What's a section of land? Because I think 180 is six. You know, it's a quarter of 640. So, and I know 640 is a section. So, but I'm not sure about what a section. I think it's 1 mile by 1 mile, though. Maybe somebody in the chat knows. But whatever, it's a quarter of a section.
It's
Or
big.
close to it. And we have better.
0.3 square miles.
0.3.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds like.
So it's
Oh, okay.
what's interesting is that 180 acres is 7,840,800 square feet. That's pretty big.
20.
That's pretty big.
Next, I'd like to build a cabin that big.
Yeah, that'd be pretty big. So you can tell everybody, Russell, you own 7.8 million square feet.
7.8 million square feet.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. So the next time somebody asks how big our property is, which I get asked all the time, 7.8 million square feet.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
6 inches deep.
Yeah. Then you can
Right.
convert it to cubic feet.
Any Norm MacDonald fans there?
No, I couldn't get his
I'm familiar with him. I've seen some of his stuff.
Oh, really? Wow.
He was a Saturday
Is it
Night
funny?
Live guy, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was probably biggest claim to fame.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah,
news
he had-
update on Saturday Night Live.
He had a real dry sense of humor, if I remember right.
Yeah, pretty deadpan.
No dry. Are the leaves turning up there yet?
Up here? No.
Not
Yeah.
soon enough.
So Carol says,
not in here.
I have seen this on another YouTube channel. He uses the tube after finding metal, using an actual metal detector, so it is used to go over dirt after you dig it up, like old batons. I don't know what that means. So he finds the metal and then he uses this. You know what I really want? If this detects gold, then this is really what I want. I want to get like a shovel.
You dig up your pile of whatever your big metal detector picked out for you, and then you put it aside, and you take your metal detector you have in your hand and just wave it over top, and you can, without having to dig your fingers into it.
Well, I do
What I'd
remember
like
there was
is I'd like to take a shovel full of gravel and then, out of the stream that's on the far side of the property, and then just dig through this and see if there's any gold in there. Would that work?
I remember
No.
you talked about that in the
I can
Booxefest.
tell you right now that will not work.
Damn it, David.
I know. I know a little bit about gold, and I can tell you right now that will not work.
Why not?
Because gold is how about finding gold is gravity. You want to pan for it. If you think you have glacial gold, which is what you find in a stream, you're gonna pan for it, and you won't. It will. If you have a nugget of native gold, it will be picked up as a metal, but you're not gonna find a nugget of gold in your stream. Sorry, I don't mean to burst your bubble, but anyway.
Bubble has been totally burst.
We can talk about gold too when we can talk about gold when we get together.
Prove them wrong.
I need somebody send me some. Can somebody send me a brick of gold? Because I want to try this.
Sure, why not? A brick of gold is what's a brick of gold worth? Hang on, I gotta calculate that.
Yeah, David. Instead of that Guinness mug, if you could send me a brick of gold.
Send you a brick of gold, yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. 1 ounce of gold right now is worth $1,800 US, and a brick of gold is typically 1,000 ounces. So you can do the math. And assuming that's 4 nines gold.
There's Brett Spilker for some reason. Is David a geologist? He's an engineer in
mineral processing. Mineral processing.
Damn it! I had it. David.
Oh, sorry. Mea culpa.
Yeah, Sharon says you dig the hole and use that for smaller areas of where you dug. So how do I know where to dig a hole? Do I still need like a normal metal detector then? And then I go in with this, like a scalpel? Is this the scalpel of metal detection? I love that we're having this conversation right now. It's like I have no idea what I'm doing, but everybody here, like together, we're so much smarter than me.
I have no idea what that is.
It's not a dildo. It might look like one. It's about the right size. It's got a button on it and stuff.
If you press that button, it doesn't start vibrating or nothing.
Well, it needs a battery.
Okay, well, it's probably not a dildo.
So when I get together with David, we'll check again.
I'm not sure if I like the sound of that.
I know that sounded a bit weird, but yeah. So Bettina asks, do you think there's gold on your land? Yes, absolutely. The first gold mine in Ontario was not far from here. And apparently, in a normal stream, gold is, often being uncovered because stuff is flowing, minerals are. David, take it from here.
Yeah, no, gold in the stream is typically glacial gold, and it's it's very heavy, and the water will wash it away. So a lot of the gold that's what you're talking about was up in the Yukon. That was the gold rush, right? The Yukon, Alaska. So I don't think there's any glacial gold or gold that you're going to find in your stream in your area. Gold in your area, and we've already had this conversation before, is like maybe 1 to what they call 1 to 5 grams per ton, which is parts per million, and you gotta mine a lot of rock to get any.
I'd like to go panning gold with I'd love to go panning gold with somebody named Jerry, just so I could say, "Gold, Jerry, gold."
Yes. I totally get that. Seinfeld. But I have a neighbor that pans for gold. You guys might have heard of Wolfie. He has his own YouTube channel. But he pans for it, and I wasn't watching one of his videos. I was watching somebody else's videos. Similar situation. He's got a bunch of stuff he dug up from a stream, and he's panning. And he's going on and on and on and on. And like after an hour, he's like, "Oh yeah, there's about 5 gold worth of dust right there." And I'm like, "Oh my God, I'm not going to spend an hour to get $5 worth of gold." That's just, think about it. $5 an hour? I mean, I could work at McDonald's and get more money than.
He's not far away from you, right?
Yeah, he's not far away.
I'd be very surprised that he actually had gold in that pan. They call pyrite fool's gold for a reason.
Oh. So let me ask you something. That bedrock that you guys have up there, is that volcanic?
Yeah, like millions of years ago, this was a huge volcanic area, and it just dumped a bunch of lava, which became our bedrock, which became the Canadian Shield.
Do you have like volcanoes or any signs of it around there?
Not anymore. I think maybe David can correct me, but I mean the Earth's layer moves, right? So
no faults anywhere near us around.
It's granite. The Canadian Shield is predominantly granite, which is a very hard rock.
So you get no earthquakes up there then, huh?
Yeah, we're at the bottom of the Canadian Shield. Actually, we're at the very bottom of the Canadian Shield, and it's so a lot of what we see in our areas, especially Russells, are what they call outcrops, and you see extrusions from the Canadian Shield, which came up as volcanic activity, and they're outcrops of rocks. And I think where you hunt, Russell, is a real, it's a big, huge rock outcrop, right? I mean, because it looks down on a valley.
Well, it's everywhere here.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think the way the Earth's crust moves, that there's no more fault lines in this area. There's no more. I forget. This is like high school that where you learn where they come up, or they go down, or they go one comes up, one comes. There's none of that in this area anymore.
No. Well, that's tectonics, plate tectonics is what you're talking about. I believe.
Plate tectonics, yeah. Okay.
You guys ever feel an earthquake?
We get them, but not very
Once.
often. They're very small.
Once I remember sitting in there. This is years and years ago. Once I remember sitting at home and feeling a bit of a shake, kind of like the same shake when a dump truck goes down the road and it's using its engine brakes and
Yeah.
and I look over and the lamp's shaking a bit, and that was it. That was the only earthquake. But Tim, you had an earthquake like earlier this week, right? Where you were diving.
Yeah.
You were
Monday.
diving for the alcohol.
Yeah. Monday. Monday. It happened Monday morning.
Minus here.
8:00 Monday morning. Hey, it was a good shaker.
Yeah,
We
how
definitely
strong
felt
was it?
Woke you up.
How strong was it?
It was a 3.6, and the epicenter was a mile from where I was sitting. So, yeah. It woke me up. Woke everybody up.
How often does that kind of 3.6 type magnitude happen?
The last time I had what we thought one was about a year ago, and that was I felt at my job too. And about 2 years ago, there was a 7.0 in Ridgecrest, which is about 3 hours away. And yeah, that was a rolling pin. It was like this. The ground underneath your feet felt like you were on a rolling pin.
Wow.
That was weird.
And how about damage?
No damage to our house, but we have a pool in the backyard, and it was like this. The waves in the pool. And then the aftershocks that hit, they were pretty harsh also. But it lasted for, I felt a couple overnight, and then it went away. As long as it keeps the pressure, this kind of stuff is okay. Because as long as the pressure, it just relieves pressure.
Exactly. When that kind of thing happens, I always wanted to ask someone from your area this question, and that's, well, you see sometimes when people are experiencing that, some people are freaking out and some people are just kind of waiting and some people are kind of cool with it. And the different videos you see, and they're usually not that serious, like an earthquake. But what I was going to ask you is an earthquake, like say like that, which causes no damage and it doesn't really affect anything. Is it like huge talk, or is it just like, we had a bad rainstorm kind of talk? You know what I mean?
Well, it freaks people out, because they're shaking.
It does?
Yeah.
They're not used to it? You get
it still freaks you out. Because you can hear it. You can hear the rumbling of the earth, and then you can feel it shaking. And sometimes, like the one Monday, it was like this. The one that they had in Ridgecrest was like this, and the one they had in Northridge in '94 was like this. That one did much damage. Damage. And my in-laws lived in Northridge at the time, and we went down there. And we went down there to get them, to bring them up here. And when we got there, fire was coming out of the manholes, and the place was a total wreck. So it does freak you out. Some folks think that we should be used to it as we live here, and it's kind of like a way of life. That still freaks you out.
That's kind of like telling Floridians, hurricanes are a way of life. Why aren't you used to it?
Yeah. It still freaks you out. I mean, because it's.
Well, I was just thinking about the small tremors, like a 3.6 that you had.
Yeah, it's the sound. The sound that gets in. Yeah.
The sound.
I don't have one.
Oh, David's going to get a shotgun.
No.
I mean, a beer for a shotgun.
And they always say that dogs can feel it, their senses, and cats can feel it. I don't know. I don't believe that because what kind of warning is that? 1 second later, your house comes down. Doesn't give me much time to get out.
I've heard similar things about deer. That whenever I'm told, whenever people talk about deer and hunting, it's like, oh, deer can smell you. Oh, deer can see you. Oh, you gotta have blinds and stuff. Every time I've ever seen a deer, it's like he's just looking right at me and going, okay, whatever, and he keeps walking.
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
Bettina said they
Well,
had an
just-
earthquake in '89.
Yeah. Yeah, the one in San Francisco?
No, Bettina's in Ontario, so
Oh, yeah.
her chair was moving slightly.
Oh,
That's earthquakes in Ontario for you.
Yeah.
yeah. The lawn chair gets tipped over.
Well, they do have an earthquake. They call it like an earthquake warning system. And the one that they had in Ridgecraft, they had some seismologist from Caltech that was on the TV. And then there was an aftershock, and they showed the earthquake warning system on how it works on TV. So the aftershock hits Ridgecraft, and you can just see on TV slowly moving down towards us. And then we hear boom. So that was pretty neat. But that was only like 10 seconds. It hardly gives you any kind of time to get out.
Mhm.
So, it just goes without warning. I'd much rather go through a tornado or hurricane. At least you can get out.
Joanne asked where you are. You're in Northern California, aren't you? Or
I'm
somewhere
Southern California.
Southern California.
In Cali.
Yeah.
So,
Uh,
Ken, what are you working on right now in terms of artwork?
Something really bright.
Can't quite see that.
I have no idea what this is going to be.
Hmm.
It's just really bright right now. I have to dull it.
Show it again. Sorry. Oh. I need to have my glasses on. Okay. Are those trees in the background?
Yeah, those are trees in the background.
Yeah. Okay.
There'll be trees in the foreground too, but I'm just wherever it goes, it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's one of those.
I'm very jealous. I envy anybody who can pick up a paintbrush and do that. I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And photography. Wow.
Yeah, photography is my first love. Yeah. Yeah, but I'm waiting until fall turns into winter before I go out with the camera. So that's when the storms come in, and that's when the ocean goes nuts, and that's when I like to go out.
I was disappointed to find out how much photography is just Photoshop, and not just like, hey, I'm putting stuff into my picture that wasn't there before. It's like color manipulation. But
Yeah,
I guess it's like the camera isn't catching exactly what you're seeing, so you kind of have to recreate it somehow.
Yeah. Yeah, there are a lot of photos like that.
There's Dennis. Dennis, cheers, brother. So Dennis, Canoe Hound Adventures had Les Stroud on his live stream Tuesday night.
Yeah, I was watching that.
That was pretty cool, actually. I was surprised at how smart and quick Les was. He was like on the ball, and he knew his stuff. He was amazing. My opinion of Les Stroud went from way up here to way up here. Beto asked David Evans is drinking guarana. I think he meant guano.
But Les Stroud is the real deal.
Yeah.
At least I think he is.
Yeah.
Dennis, do you want to join us? The link is above if you do.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I got on screen to ask Les Stroud a question. I was gonna ask him. I had a couple of questions for him, but they kept getting answered as we went on. I was like, and Dennis, I was like, okay, I'm not gonna ask any questions. I got nothing. I got nothing to say. I got nothing to ask. I was like, no, damn it, I gotta talk to Les.
I found your question very very interesting. It was a very good question. Did you think about it a long time or just off the cuff?
As I said, for a long period of time during the live stream, I had I had a question about retirement, which was they kind of went over, and then I had a question about something else. I forget what, and they also kind of discussed. And then I was like, I got nothing. And then I was like, oh, but wait. So I asked my question was, you're going out last minute notice. You got an overnighter with a friend. You got time to grab one camera. What camera do you grab? So that was my question. And it turns out a really expensive Sony video camera, not a DSLR.
Were you surprised by his answer that he's more video than video camera versus a DSLR?
No, I wasn't at all. He came across as a very technical person, he knows his stuff.
Yeah.
And he's been doing video for so many years. He's been doing video since before. I shouldn't say that. Since like 2000, year 2000. So he's old school.
Yeah.
And all that stuff, all that early stuff, he was just doing himself. He was doing his own camera work. He was doing all, his own editing. So he really knows his stuff. So and then, although his answer was like, I don't know what camera he was actually talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, he really knows his stuff.
Yeah.
Dennis, come join us. He seemed to be having a good time. He was drinking a lot of wine. I think he was getting a little tipsy.
Yeah, he did say right at the early on. He said something about he loved to talk, especially when he drinks or something like that. And he sure loved to talk, and he could talk.
I was surprised to find out he was in Oregon, because I thought he was going to be here in Ontario, but I didn't quite get why he was in Oregon. Or
Does he still do shows?
oh yeah, he's still really busy. His latest series is, Dennis can probably answer this better, but I think he's doing a series on plant identification. Like, there's probably a better term for it than that. Plant or mushrooms and crap. Sharon says, "Did you not marry a gal from the U.S.?" Yeah, I thought that's probably why he's in Oregon, because she's in Oregon. Maybe did he marry her or just Wild Harvest? Yeah. So his latest thing is Wild Harvest. That's probably a lot better term than plant identification.
So do you have mushrooms on your property? You ever thought about picking and checking out?
Absolutely. There's tons of mushrooms around. Everywhere I look, there's mushrooms around. I wish I could identify them, because there's probably so many edible mushrooms. They probably taste great. Damn it.
I think that's another topic for Rain Dance Bushcraft. What mushrooms can Russell eat?
That would work.
Well, it would be like, what mushrooms can Russell identify? And it used to be one, but now I'm not so sure, because I thought I found a morel back a few videos ago, and it turned out to be a fake morel. So, damn it.
So how did you figure that out?
There used to be one. Well, I So I found something that looked like a morel, and I did that whole business where I was trying to propagate the seeds. And then a couple of comments said, "I think that's a fake morel." So I was like, "I never heard of fake morel." So I started looking at pictures, and I thought, you know what? I think they're right. Looking at the pictures, they look like fake morels.
So no local mushrooms going to be in a dish this weekend.
No, in fact, I propagated some fake morels on our property. There he is. Hey, Dennis. Good to see you, brother.
Hello. How you doing?
Right.
Nice to meet you, Dennis.
Hey, nice to meet you, David.
How you doing?
Sam.
Dennis was
How you doing?
Dennis
Hi,
was heading to
Dennis.
bed.
Yeah, I was just actually heading up to bed, and I figure I'd check some numbers, and I go, "Holy crap, Russell's on."
Oh crap!
Oh crap!
Oh crap!
So,
Here you go.
Dennis, what I want to hear is your after party after you closed down. Did Les stick around for a while and talk?
Les opened up a little bit more. Yeah, he was pretty
All
cool. We
right.
had like I don't want to say too much. We actually, you know what? It was all pretty good conversation. Kevin Callens ducked into the after party, and Marty Morissette was in there still. Karina and Brandon from Lexus Outdoors and Timbermates. They had trouble staying logged in. They had all kinds of internet issues with the storm that was going on. But no, you know what? We just basically chewed the fat, and he became more the Joe Rogan guest than he did the Canoe Out Adventures guest, if you know what I mean, with the potty mouth and everything, right? So yeah, it was pretty cool. He's a good dude, but I'll tell you, he had me shitting bricks at the beginning of the show. The show started late because he never popped into the stream until 1 minute before air, right? So.
Oh,
And I think I went through all the nails on one hand and started on the second.
how did you recruit him, Dennis, to come be on your show?
You know what? For a year and a half, I've been trying with his agency, and back and forth. And I was supposed to have him on in July, but that was after my second season had finished up. So we then settled on September 14th, and I just kept in touch to make sure that it did happen.
Oh.
And his publicist, her name was Lauren. She was actually really good. She kept me in the loop and kept things really going. And yeah, it happened, man.
Nice.
Big thrill for me. I got a smaller channel, and the show's really starting to pick up a little bit of clout now, with some of the names that we're getting on the show. And it's, I guess, a bit of payoff for the fruits of my labor, because there's a lot of work that goes into this, actually too much work sometimes, I think. Given I own a business and I devote so much time to this as well, that it's kind of, it's tough. It's tough.
I love the moment when he's like, "Oh, can I swear? Can I drop the odd bomb here?" And you're like, "Yeah, you can." And after that, he's like, "Oh, well, fuck out of this," and we have shit. What the fuck?
You know what? YouTube had a statement that they put out not long ago that they're not going to demonetize you or anything or pull your channel if you drop the F-bomb. It's part of the English language, man. It's in the dictionary.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah,
more
people-
about kids watching and stuff like that you have to watch. But I don't get many children watching my show. It's usually people like us, our age group are probably my biggest audience. So 30 to 55, 30 to 60.
People worry too much about that stuff. Oh, if I say, "Oh my God," I dropped the F-bomb once in my 40-minute video. Oh man,
Yeah.
I've done it 10 times by then. No worries.
But I'll honestly say, and I sent an email to his publicist yesterday. Yeah, that would have been yesterday. Thanking him for coming on the show and stuff like that. And he did say, and a little bit of a teaser, and it probably won't happen this season, but he did say he will be back on the show again at some point. So,
That's
I
cool.
think
Nice.
I think he watched the show and by doing the show and the fact that Hap Wilson popped in or didn't pop in but was in the comments, sort of chatting back and forth, and then he's seen Kevin Callan and a few of the other people in there that he realized the show isn't. How do I say? I don't mean to say this the wrong way, but the show isn't. It's starting to gain some clout, right? And it got noticed. So,
Yeah, that's cool.
Nothing wrong with
So,
that.
Well, how did you get Hap Wilson in there? Is he a regular viewer?
You know what? I met Hap Wilson a couple times at shows in Toronto. He's a guy I've idolized for years. I mentioned that to Les in the live stream that, and it wasn't a lie that I have burned through quite literally 3 versions of the Tamagami Canoe Routes book because I've done like almost every one of Hap Wilson's routes in there, with the exception of 2 or 3 of the ones that are like 14 to 22 days long type of deal. And it was heck, I got that artwork right there. That's Hap Wilson's artwork. That's if anybody has a Tamagami book, Canoe Route book, you take a look at
Hold on. Let me.
Yeah, that's the only tattoo I got on my body. So it's been, like I say,
shit. How do I get you on screen? Damn it! Why is? Oh, there we go. Okay, can you show us again?
Yeah. So.
Ooh, oh, nice. Very nice.
I got that back when I was working at a factory, and the guys used to tease me about it. Say, "Hey, look, it's Lassie eating an orange, right?" Because it's all faded now. I don't hold ink very well, so that's why I don't get any more tattoos. But first time I met Hap Wilson at a show in Toronto, I told him, I was kind of fangirling because, like I say, the guy, his book was a Bible to me, right? I told him, I said, I got your artwork on my body, and he kind of looked at me funny, right? My daughter says, "Dad, you're fangirling," right? So, and ever since then, we've actually we kind of hit it off. Like we chat once in a while, and he's been on the show a couple of times as a guest. And heck, my business is I'm a printer, and I've printed like bottle stickers for him and stuff like that, or stickers for his canoes up at his Echo Lodge. So, yeah. He's a good dude.
I got your artwork on my body. Zip.
Yeah, I know. I kind of come across weird, but like I say, it's the only tattoo I've got, and it happens to be artwork that he's done. So, yeah.
Hey, Russell, I'm gonna close out. I'll see you later.
All right, take care, Tim. Thanks again for the painting, brother.
You bet.
Good night, Tim.
See you soon. See you guys soon.
Cheers, buddy.
All right, have a good one.
Make sure the shock absorbers work.
I was gonna say Tim's gone to hide underneath a table.
He's going to finish his painting.
Yeah, so earthquakes in Southern California. I can't imagine what that's like.
Oh, is that where Tim's from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got hit by an earthquake earlier this week, Monday, I guess.
No kidding.
So Dennis, tell us what the most surprising thing Les said was.
The most surprising. I don't know. I didn't want to divulge too much into a lot of his politics type of thing. But the one question I did want to try and get across to him or ask him was about the comparison that he faces him between him and Bear Grylls. And I didn't even have to ask the question on that one. He kind of opened up that nut in the he did into that himself. So I told him, I said, well, now that I know how you really feel. So, I kind of assumed that, because I know Les is he's out there, right? And I know Bear Grylls, he shoots and then he goes back to the hotel room type of deal.
So Dennis, did you get a chance to talk about whether or not you can drink your own pee?
No, we did not get into that. You know what? If I had him on the show again, I'd probably get into more of his practices, which would be really cool. My main focus, like the whole itinerary I wrote, I really wanted to find out a little more about the background of Survivor Man and who he was before he was Survivor Man, and what he does on his spare time rather than eating grubs and peeing in sand stills, right? So,
which was fascinating. He was a musician before he was Survivor Man.
yeah.
Oh, sorry, excuse me. He was a musician creating music, and then he was a garbage man, and then he was Survivor.
And a garbage man. Yeah. Yeah, I was pretty thrilled that he actually pulled the harp out and started blowing on the harmonica for a minute there, and then he actually played something on the guitar towards the end. That was pretty.
Oh
good.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
Yeah. I got a little bit of everything of Les Stroud, right? So
he's like, "Hey, this guitar is out of tune, but let me just like jam, like fucking lazy."
I haven't picked it up in 8 months, he says. Sure.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Who you got on next week, Dennis?
I got Hunter and Harris paddles are going to be on. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the brand Hunter and Harris. They're handcrafted canoe paddles. They were around for quite a while, and then at the beginning of COVID, they closed up the business. I think they closed up to kind of restructure, and now they're back in business and stuff. And I was so happy to see them back in business because I wanted the Hunter and Harris paddle because they are nice paddles that they make.
Yeah,
and
they're beautiful.
So I've actually got a couple coming. They were supposed to be here today, and Canada postponed until Monday of all times. Right? I wanted the paddles in hand before the show, so hopefully. And then, so I got Hunter and Harris on this coming Tuesday. And then the weekend after that, we got Jim and Ted Baird on to talk about this big 700-kilometer northern Manitoba trip that they've just finished up. So that should be a good one.
Are you going to talk about their alone session?
You know what? I talked to both Jim and Ted have been on the show at separate times. Jim, I think, was season 1, and I think Ted was season 2, or vice versa. And during them shows, of course, we talked about alone. The topic might come up a bit, but this big trip that they did, 700 kilometers in 28 days or something, is pretty impressive.
Wow.
So
it's a lot of paddling. Wow.
Oh, I guess, right? Yeah. Both them guys are beasts. Jim, right? I love how Jim does it sometimes. I
haven't watched a lot of their stuff, but I watched Jim's trek across. It was way up north. It was like 14 days across. Damn it, I forget. It was
Little North.
It was all ice and snow the whole way.
Oh, okay. I forget what it was. Labrador, crossing Labrador.
Was it Labrador? Baffin Island?
Yeah.
Anyway, I was like,
actually, I seen him do the live presentation at a winter camping symposium in Kitchener Waterloo. He was the main speaker at the winter camping symposium that David Bain puts on, and it was all about his trip, him and his dog Buck. And that was that's why I say that the guy's a beast. Like, I don't know how he does it. He's proof that anybody can do anything, right? So
if you don't bring up the 10 items thing, I'm going to be disappointed.
Yeah.
10 items.
You go on the History Channel, you could find out exactly what they had. Yeah.
Oh, but you're not going to. You don't do that, right?
Just for you, Russell, I'll say Russell wants to know what 10 items you guys had on that trip.
No. It's not like 10 items you had, but if you had to do it now again, or if you had to do it in this specific instance, you had to live under Niagara Falls for a week, what 10 items would you pick? It's something weird like that.
Yeah. I'll need you as a question consultant, Russell.
I love how Dennis is like, yep, no fucking way, Russell. Yep.
No, it's quite the opposite, though. If I was like that, Russell, I wouldn't invite people on panel to ask questions of my guests, right? I try to do that every week. As a matter of fact, I'd like more audience participation. Sometimes I ask people to come on up or put the invite out, and I could have 100 people in the live stream or 150 people, and 2 people show up, and they're the usuals. So a lot of people are shy towards that type of thing.
So, Dennis, am I correct in thinking you're in the Ottawa area?
No, I'm down in Niagara.
Oh, okay. Where's your go-to camping area that's near where you live? Where do you live?
Really? North of North Bay? We got nothing down here.
Yeah,
I've
nothing
got a
down
day
there.
camp on a farmer's wood lot that he lets me use, but
Yeah.
around here, there's nothing backcountry like, remotely backcountry like. So yeah, anytime I do trips and adventures there, I usually head north of North Bay or Sudbury, and then the adventure starts.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well,
Yeah. Yeah, short of like doing day paddles around here. We got a lot of creeks and streams around, but yeah, they're all lined by farmers' fields and condos and whatever.
Well, when you fly over that area, it's all you see is, it's a lot of acreages, where people are farmers and a
Yeah,
lot of houses.
wine
Yeah.
vineyards.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even pass too many of them. Usually, I'll do a lot of recreational paddling on. It's called the Welland River.
Yeah.
Bleeds into the Chippewa River and feeds in eventually into the hydro power stations for Niagara Falls there. But yeah, basically you're paddling along farmers' fields and the Welland Airport. What else is out there? Not a heck of a lot. Yeah, a couple golf courses.
Do you ever go up to Brantford and do the Grand River type of thing, or?
I've paddled a few sections of the Grand. One of my favorite little stretches is between Cambridge and Paris. There's a little bit of white water in there. And it's like, it's a nice 4 or 5 hour paddle, a couple places to stop for a little shore lunch, and, a bike ride back to your car. So
Have you done a lot of Algonquin? Been into Algonquin Park?
yeah, well, I wouldn't say a lot. I'm more of a Crownland camper. I prefer to be where there's not a lot of people.
Yeah.
If I'm going to go to Algonquin, I'm going to try and hit northern Algonquin where there are a lot less people.
Yeah.
Put in around Cache Lake or something. But yeah, I typically like to, Temagami is a favorite area of mine, and I haven't even tripped there in probably, well, I tripped there once this summer, but I hadn't been before that for probably maybe 5, 6, 7 years. Yeah. It's just because I'm exploring all these new areas. The last couple of years have been up around the Algoma area.
Yep.
We just got back. What was it? Third week of August, we did an 8-day, 7-night trip up in the West Spanish Forest, which are all feeder systems for the Spanish River.
Okay.
On the west side. And I'll tell you, wait till the videos come out for that one, because it was one of those really tough, taxing trips. We had Mother Nature against us. We got into a rescue situation. Well, we were harbored one night by some people that we met because we had bad weather and no light left, no campsites, and it's an interesting story. You'll have to see it. You have to see it.
So when you do these crown lands, is there still a lot of portaging, or just you stick to the rivers and?
Yeah, this was a 105-kilometer trip, and of the 105 kilometers, I'm just going to guesstimate to say we probably did around 15 to 20 kilometers of it was portaging, but double carrying. So,
double, like 30.
Yeah. These portages on this particular trip, there was not a lot of information available for it. Brad Jennings, Explorer to Backcountry, is about the best resource I found for it. And even it had us guessing quite a bit. And there were portages that were like, they weren't portage. Like there was nothing there. A couple pieces of flagging tape, I think, that Brad and his dad put out there 5, 6 years ago. We had trails. We had the blaze. We had an 800-meter portage through a floating bog where, every 10 or 15 steps you were post-holing. It was nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
But
used,
you know what? I'm glad I did it. It was one of those adventures, right? So
yeah, no, a buddy of mine from high school, we used to do Algonquin Park a trip every year.
mhm.
And I can't remember where. We would go in off of Highway 17, so somewhere around Petawawa.
Okay, yeah.
And we'd go all the way down to the south. We'd come out on Highway 60.
Oh wow, nice.
Yeah, we cover a good distance, but I mean, that was, I can't do that anymore. I'm too old.
Yeah. That's what I say is right now I'm 57. I just turned 57 the other day, and I keep saying, I want to do these trips while I still can. These deep crown land trips, because who knows what can happen in a year or two, right? Where I have to all of a sudden cut it back to doing a 7-day trip, well, a 4-day trip in 7 days or something like that, because I have to rest every day type of deal. But
Well, I'm only a few years older than you, and I can say that between 57 and 60, you don't go downhill that quickly.
good. Thank goodness. I hope not. No, I'm pretty healthy, touch wood, right? And I want to try and keep it that way. But I'll tell you, if there was a trip to ever want to change my mind, it would have been this trip that we just finished doing, because at some points, and it was more the weather than it was the trip or the adventure, right?
Yeah.
Like I could handle the portages, I could handle carrying my gear, my canoe over my head and stuff like that. But when you're battling bad portages, long distances, and Mother Nature, we had we didn't have one perfect day out there as far as weather was concerned. We had 5 days of rain, 4 days of rain, 4.5 days of rain.
Yeah.
And then heavy winds, headwinds for the remainder. And
what kind of canoe do you carry? Do you use
for this trip? I used I got a Swift 14-foot pack boat, one of those double blade kayak seats on the floor of the canoe type of deals.
Yeah.
And when I'm paddling tandem, I've got a 16-foot Novacraft Prospector Royal Light, which is a Cadillac. Like I love that canoe.
Is it fiberglass or Kevlar or?
It's called Royal Light. It's a material that they don't even make anymore. It was one of those materials that Novacraft kind of specialized in. It's like two thin layers of ABS plastic with a foam core.
Yeah.
So it doesn't need any flotation chambers. But I've got people offering me money for it all the time, because you can't buy these ones anymore. And are you familiar with Jim Baird's videos?
No.
Okay. They're great in whitewater. Like you can hit rocks with these things, and it just forms to the rock. And they're a really nice canoe.
Oh, okay. But it's a lightweight type design.
It weighs for a 16-footer. It weighs anywhere between 56 and 60 pounds.
That's pretty light for a 16-foot canoe.
Yeah. It's bearable. Like I've carried that on some nice canoes, and I prefer obviously to carry solo. It's not like my Swift pack boat, which only weighs 32 pounds. That thing there, like I can throw that over my head like nothing. This one here takes a little effort, but once it's nicely balanced, once you get it on the portage, you're okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sounds like
where are you from, David?
I'm from originally. I grew up in Ottawa.
Okay.
We lived in I've worked in we've been in Labrador City, Peterborough, Marathon on the North Shore of Lake Superior. Spent most of our time. Kids grew up pretty well in the GTA. Now I'm living northwest of Kingston.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is that like a diver down flag on your arm there?
It's from Brazil. It's
okay.
I worked for a large engineering consulting company, and I did quite a lot of my work. I traveled quite extensively, so I got certs from different projects around different spots around the world.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna bid you guys a good night, and Russell, looking forward to seeing you in a couple days.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to close this down anyway, because it's getting late.
Yeah.
But thank you, David, and we will see you soon. And thank you, Dennis, for coming out, even though you're going to bed.
Yes.
Yeah, and if
You
you
guys are awesome.
you need directions, just give me a shout on your way. Call me.
I will open the window of my car and shout as loud as I can.
Yeah, all right.
So
I
hopefully
know it's
you hear
not a
that.
direct route, so anyway. All right. Good night, everybody.
David.
Good night,
Thanks.
David. Good night, Dennis. You guys
Cheers.
have been
Have a good one,
awesome.
Bye.
And good night, everybody watching. We're closing down the live stream. There's Skip coming in really late. Good night, guys.